To stay or to go? I spoke with Carrie Jones, Director of Counselling at Community Centre Shanghai, about the question on many people's lips. She had some strategies to help with the answer. Enjoy. Lockdown drags on. What impact do you think it's having?
The stress, the anxiety, the unknown, the uncertain, it leads to some anger and some frustration. So just this mix of emotions. It's not what I signed up for. I already can't travel. I already can't see my family very easily. I'm not sure that that's really what I want to continue to do. I think it's what a lot of people are coming to. So they're questioning, should I stay? Should I go? Even if we get through this time, what does that mean for the future? If I stay here, what's going to happen next?
It's not just members of the international community that are actually kind of in this position, it's locals as well.
Right. In some ways, maybe as expats, we have the luxury of having a home country that we could go back to versus if this is your home, where else can you go? What else can you do?
Goodbyes and transitions, they're hard at the best of times, but how is down making all of that more difficult?
Usually we do that through things like goodbye parties, final dinners out, final trips to our favorite places, of course, hugs goodbye to people. And now we can't do any of that. So everything has to be done remotely. And we can find ways, we can be creative, but it's not the same as what we would normally do. So there's that sense of emotionally not having the same kind of closure that we would usually want.
What might people feel if they decide to leave Shanghai suddenly?
And of course, there's the relief and the excitement about getting out of here. But I think for a lot of people, and they shouldn't have this, but it's understandable that they do, that there's almost a sense of failure. This was not at all how I planned to do it. And are people judging me? Am I judging myself on the way that I left? Allow yourself to remember that you made the best decision for you and your family, and figuring out, are there pieces of it? Like, what do you take away? What was your gift from Shanghai, from your time in China? And how do you incorporate that into your new life?
Any tips for those of us that are currently wrestling with the decision, should I stay or should I go?
Don't compare yourself to other people. You have to think about, what is your situation here, like your financial situation, your mental health, your family. What do you have to go back home to? Because if you leave, of course, you have to think about a job, a place to stay, not trying to make the decision on your own, but again, not letting other people tell you what to do, but having trusted people that you can talk to. And I think the other big important thing is not letting this experience cloud your whole China experience, your whole experience of Shanghai. This last chapter is one full of suffering, uncertainty, lots of negative emotions, but hopefully you have multiple chapters prior to that you can look back on.
Are you planning on staying in Shanghai?
We decided about a year ago that this was going to be our last year here. So there's also this part of me that thinks, should we stay? Because I just want to see how it plays out. There's going to be a lot of healing and rebuilding in the city, the community. I'd like to stay here and be a part of that. But I think we know we need to get home for family at this point.
Anything else that you wanted to add?
Not being afraid to ask for help, whether it's emotional support or the logistical, practical support. And I think too, like the other important thing is to remember Shanghai is always going to be here. So at some point, if people want to come back, that's always a possibility. Move back later.
Thank you so much for your time today. It was a real joy. Take care, Carrie.
Take care. Bye.